Hey, you up yet?
Oh no, my agent can't know I'm bad-mouthing the movie and praising the other show as better.
The Transformers will return after these messages. We now return to the Transformers.
I must use my powers of disguise to blend in. Autobot, transform!
Aw, gee. I wonder where he could be. He's such a master of camouflage. He could be anywhere. So he's obviously this lantern! Transform! Transform! Come on! Transform! Alright. Well, if you're in here, just be downstairs in a little bit.
Anyway, so Ravage is captured, but we figure out the Decepticons are gonna try and get more energy from a dam.
Soundwave, prepare the Energon cubes!
So as you can see, they're being attacked by Cubans. Oh, come on, that joke killed on Cybertron! So Starscream uses one of his deadliest weapons, a slingshot. Wow, I think the only thing we did make a toy out of was the actual toy. Which of course upsets Megatron.
You fool, Starscream! Help save the Energon cubes! Get them out of here!
You're old, Megatron. Yesterday's model. Junk! That's what you are. Junk!
Whoa, did I really just use the J word?
You destroy everything you touch, Megatron!
Because everything I touch is food for my hunger! My hunger for power!
No! I'm going to end your hunger once and for all.
Almost trying, but almost doesn't get the job done. You can't stop me!
You might be thinking to yourself these punchy one-liners go just a hint too long in this show. But actually, believe it or not, this was the edited version. Here's the longer cut.
You destroy everything you touch, Megatron!
Because everything I touch is food for my hunger! My hunger for power!
No! I'm going to end your hunger once and for all.
My hunger is a hunger that can never be filled!
Then I'll fill your hunger's hunger with the hungry taste of victory.
Victory for my hunger's hunger, which hungers for the hungry taste of the hunger's hunger that hungers at the belly of all those who hunger for hunger's hunger.
I can't think of any more sentences with the word hunger in them.
That's why you suck. Die!
The Autobots come to my aid, as well as Big Shock, Pussy Pillow here.
Easy, Spike.
Oh dear. Oh, I should have caught that. Yes, that looks very suggestive. Yeah, we're not doing the children's syndication route without that scene being edited. I am deeply ashamed. You know, oddly enough, playing that isn't helping. Meanwhile, Starscream and Megatron bitch at each other again like a senile couple. I never did understand why he didn't just propose.
Testing the Energon cubes! They work! Of course they work! You didn't know. You never tested them. I proved it! You only proved your defective mentality! You've set a trap!
Not even his cookies can get him out of this one.
With just a dash of
Starscream! Wow, that was dark. The Decepticons tried to get energy from a mine shaft, but luckily we were there to stop them again. Unfortunately, they buried us under a ton of debris, but we escaped without a scratch on us or the humans. So, just to reiterate, being crushed by a ton of rocks, no problem at all. Crashing the ship into a volcano, 4 million year recovery. It is important to know this, if not, it would sound incredibly stupid. This leads to our conclusion in part 3. Here, we get the idea to fool Ravage into thinking we've revealed our plan and let him go, only to plan a trap to capture the Decepticons. But they didn't fall for it because we're really bad actors.
He told me Teletran 1's located a secret supply of rocket fuel.
Where?
Not too far from here, about 140 kilometers due west. Why, there's enough rocket fuel at that base to make 4 trips to Cybertron.
Can't believe he went to the actor's studio.
Right on schedule, aren't we?
No thanks to you, Starscream.
This is why our marriage counselor says we're never going to grow as a couple.
You've also made clear your desire to replace me as leader of the Decepticons. Mistake number 1.
Now, of course, if I was leading, I would shoot the bastard and not wait for mistake number 2. Hey, look, mistake number 2.
It's empty!
Now it's my turn.
Megatron! Megatron!
We attack the rocket base at sunrise.
And yet, he still lets him stay. You know, I'm aware of the phrase, keep your friends close and keep your enemies closer. Me, personally, I'm a fan of keep your friends close and kill the son of a bitch who's been betraying you every single chance he gets. It is the Autobot way. So the Decepticons use our trap and turn it into a trap on us, pulling off a deceptive con, if you will. Seriously, I don't know how we didn't put together they were going to be the bad guys with that name. I mean, I'm so embarrassed. They use this time to get enough energy to head back to Cybertron while we prepare to make our final stand.
Space cruiser fueled and ready for departure.
Prepare for blastoff!
You know, it just hit me. Am I the only one who realizes that Soundwave does all the work? And yet we know so little about him. I mean, doesn't someone with that intelligence and passion have any dreams?
Soundwave, ready the army!
No, I am tired of doing all the work and having no personality. I want a story arc, something that gives me depth. I want a romance, yes, a romantic comedy, perhaps a relationship with the Toaster. The Toaster can be stuck up and high class. I will be quirky and getting into all sorts of antics. At first she doesn't like me, but then she admires my silly charm. We get to know each other better, but then she discovers I was keeping a secret the whole time. I tried to explain I held this secret because I love her, but she's too emotional and filled with hate, so she decides to marry this snob. A real uptight guy with no funny lines. She is about to be wed at the altar, but then I come stumbling in after going through some sort of comedic chase. I plead myself to her, and at first, it looks like she's not buying it, but then her eyes tear up, she turns around, gives me a hug, the snobby groom is angry, but then my comedic sidekick comes in and punches him. The crowd cheers. I tell the Toaster I love her, she says she loves me. We decide to get married, but we do not show it on screen because 2 weddings would just be repetitive. So we end with kind of an open ending, something like we're driving a convertible into the sunset or something. This leaves it open for a sequel. I want to be played by Zac Efron and Natalie Portman as the Toaster. There is a bit of an age difference, but I think she looks young enough she can pull it off. Disney has shown interest. Gary Marshall is attached to direct. It will be called Soundwaves of the Heart. It will be rated PG-13 for crude humor and adult situations, but nothing too bad. Just enough to let the male demographic know that it's edgy and will have some gross-out humor for them. And the female demographic will instantly be drawn to the Toaster. They will be able to imagine themselves inserted into the role. It will be released in summer, preferably over a holiday weekend. It will break records, win awards. It will be the sleeper hit of the year.
No!
Damn it.
So we have our epic battle, but it appears Megatron still gets away. Or does he?
Total victory is within my grasp.
Not yours, Megatron!
I see that you have learned nothing, Starscream.
He learned nothing. If there was a book about how to learn nothing, your picture would be on the back of it.
I can't believe we lost Cybertron to these bozos.
And my time is now!
But one of our Autobots sneaks aboard and sets the ship to fly into the ocean, sinking them into the very depths.
Ready, Spike? It's almost time to blast off.
I'll be right there, Prime.
one more thing. I sure am glad we don't have to worry about Megatron and all those Decepticons anymore.
Yeah, you may want to put a ... after that, kid. Ah, yes. That was the story arc of the mighty Autobots. You know, it's a touch sillier than I remember it. I suppose, looking back, it's not quite as grand as I remember. Sure, there wasn't much emphasis on character. Sure, the stories were pretty repetitive. And sure, we were just as focused on advertising as any other show. But you know what? We still created something all our own. Our designs were creative, our episodes action-packed, every second filled with energy and excitement. We knew how to make our audiences happy, and we did it well. It may not be the best show, but it was a show that knew what it was and who it was trying to entertain. And it tried hard every second it could to give you that action-packed entertainment that you all loved. Which is why I ask all of you gathered here today, in this world of remakes, sequels, and emphasis on special effects, who the fuck just wants to watch some Transformers cartoons? Hell fucking yeah.
Yes! Yes! Oh! Oh!